what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I'm back with another video here. And normally I try to break down the game and kind of go through everything that happened in these games. And today's gonna be a little different. I watched the game. I was at the game. Some good moments, some good things in this game, and I'll talk about that. Flyers lose 6-3 to the Buffalo Sabres, and normally I kind of go through certain plays that happen, different things. I'm not gonna do that for this one. To me, I try to look at the bigger picture now. Especially with the end of Flyers only have a handful of games left, and tonight being game 75 of 82 and all that stuff. And really, one of the main things in this game was the Flyers actually played well for pretty much all of this game. The worst part of it was the first 4 minutes of the period. You give up the goal late, and you get a good period. Frost scores. It's 1-0. Buffalo ends up tying it, a play where Frost probably could have gotten back. It's a frustrating play because instead of holding up Okposo, I would have liked to see him try to skate with him. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and Okposo would end up scoring on a 2-on-1 rush. The first 4 minutes of the second period were literally all Buffalo. The Flyers were standing still, getting just outworked. Sabres had more pucks to the net. They had more traffic. They won pretty much every puck battle, and they scored on just about every rebound you could think that came Felix Sandstrom's way. And suddenly, it was 4-1 Buffalo 4 minutes into the second period, and you're sitting there like, what the hell is going on here? And again, a couple really tough minutes, and that's what happens in the NHL. If you play bad for X amount of time or get outworked and you get scored on, the game can change like that. And for the Flyers, that was the case tonight. A lot of shots, a lot of chances, a lot of pucks on net. Good offensive energy out the gate. Really good start to the game. I liked the third period despite being down 3 goals. But bigger picture, younger players continue to step up and come back. Travis Konecny was back in this game, gets activated. I thought TK had a good game. He was skating well, was really moving. I thought he had his speed. Obviously, he scores off the face-off in the third period, and just little things like that. And I thought he had a good game. Obviously, Frost, and Frost, that's his 41st point of the season. I had said in the beginning of the year that I think Morgan Frost is probably going to get around 40 to 45 points for this year, and had a tough beginning of the year. He bounced up and down. The Flyers have played 75 games. He's played 74. He was scratched in Toronto. So he gets scratched in his hometown. Plays most of the beginning of the year on the fourth line with players like Nick Delorier, Zach McEwen, Kiefer Bellows at times. It kind of changed. And he had a really rough start to the year. He had some good moments, right? The home opener, he gets 2 goals, one being an empty netter. And you're like, all right, it's a good start. And he really kind of, went up and down a little bit. He wasn't really put in a position to succeed early on. As the season was getting on, I thought his 5-on-5 play was better. I thought he was moving his feet. Again, I talked about it before, some of the things going into this year for Frost. He even said it to me, and obviously the other Flyers media too, that, he worked on his shot. He worked on, put on some weight, all of that stuff. And you saw that, right? I mean, you saw he definitely was more engaged physically. He just wasn't consistent enough. I thought Frost was basically doing everything he was now. The only difference is you're just seeing it more. And, I think part of the problem, and this isn't like a knock on any other player, I think it was getting overlooked because every other guy was playing so well. Like, Cates was really good defensively. You were seeing the numbers that way. Owen Tippett was scoring goals constantly, and you were seeing it that way. With Morgan Frost, it was a little different because it was more behind the scenes because you weren't seeing the points. And unfortunately, with some people, the end-all, be-all is points. So when you look at, for me, I look at Morgan Frost and I say, well, offensively, he's been pretty engaged. I think defensively, been much better. Not saying he was bad, but he's definitely been improved this season for sure. just a lot of good things. I mean, he's moving his feet, he's engaged, he's winning the puck battles on the wall, and it's not that he's winning them with his stick or anything like. And obviously, you pick up the puck with your stick, but he's doing more work with his body, with his feet, right? Just with his legs, right? All of that stuff. He's been able to create, room for himself. And like again, that goal the other night that he scored, against the Canadians. Like he normally that's a play where Frost would kind of maybe turn out to the corner and send a pass low or something. But he went towards the traffic. Tonight, the opening goal, right? He's in the vicinity and he gets the shot off, bam, right away, top shelf, 1-0. His second goal, great pass from Joel Farabee, splits through two defensemen, just fires it. Doesn't even think about it, just rips it. And it's like, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you do that more often, you're going to score. Because what I've said all year is I'd like to see him get the shot off quicker. I've said shoot more, but then when I thought about that, I said, he's shooting a lot. He's just not getting it. It's getting blocked. So if you get the shot off more and quicker, it's going to go in. And that's what you're saying. He's getting into the areas in and around the net. He's engaged offensively. He's, and it's going in. And last season, towards the end of the year, he was the best Flyer. The best Flyer at the end of the season last year. The line with him and Cates and Tippett, and that game against Pittsburgh, I think the Montreal game is probably overlapped that game last year because that game up until that this season was Frost's best game in his pro career. I think the game against the Canadians overlapped that. I thought he was good tonight too. Unfortunately, it just kind of gets overlooked with the game, but kind of off of Frost a little bit. Again, I like Konechny. I thought Sanheim had a good game. He was engaged as well, getting up the ice. Unfortunately, that's just kind of where it is with this team. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember to check out the podcast coming up on Tuesday, 6 o'clock here on YouTube. Got the watch party for Tuesday night's game as well. Thanks, everybody, so much for all the support. If you liked this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And I'll talk to you all again soon.